Good morning, American Jiu-Jitsu. Welcome to American Jiu-Jitsu. I want to thank Kathy and Billy, Kathy and Billy, for down here assisting me with these tapes. We're at 4th degree level. We're at tape 6. We're still on the Ippons, which is what we call the Yodan Ippons, 4th degree. 4th degree is a master's level, a junior master's level, so these are advanced techniques. I always try to make you understand that these tapes are more as a reference than a technical training tape. We're trying to keep our students busy by having information and contents instead of watching Netflix all the time, which although I do enjoy Netflix. And giving them information, because at this time when we're not at the dojo training on a regular basis, listen, I always tell people that if you stood in bed for a week, you'd have a hard time walking. Our brain, our muscle memory forgets very, very quickly. By giving you this content, it's trying to keep the people in the game. We also welcome people and outside viewers to watch these videos, but understanding that, and you need to understand that you are only watching a part of our art. So some of these techniques can be very easily misunderstood. Sometimes we get different types of comments from different arts. Listen, if you're taking a martial arts, and the philosophy of martial arts I've been doing it for 51 years is to be a better person, to be positive, then just be that. Don't be negative, don't understand, don't try to preach on something you're not really knowing what you're watching. And you're always welcome to come down to American Jiu-Jitsu and ask me personal questions, and I will gladly make you understand what it is that we do. What we do here at American Jiu-Jitsu is called combative Jiu-Jitsu training. We've been honored to teach at the Pentagon, West Point, every law enforcement agency there is. So what you're watching is effective street self-defense technique. You wouldn't go into a grappling bout with this. You wouldn't go into kickboxing bout with this. This is for the street, which just makes it what it is. It's trying to define it for you people. All right, so we're gonna do 5 more techniques on this. We are continuing from tape 3 and 4. And the first technique we're gonna do is gonna be off of a straight punch into a technique called haragatami, which is an arm bar. And this can turn in from haragatami into hizagatami, which is a throw, okay? One last thing I'll say is, when you're watching these tapes, hopefully you appreciate the contents, but don't be trying to do these techniques with people who are untrained. Both Kathy and Billy not only are ukitora, in other words, they do the technique, but they also know how to take these falls. They're falling on a very elaborate matting system. They have a lot of knowledge on how to fall, but if you did this out in a street or a parking lot environment, this could end up in a very, very dangerous situation. So please watch the videos, ask questions, make notes. Go to our tags, American Jiu-Jitsu LI Facebook, American Jiu-Jitsu LI YouTube. It's posted every day. And American Jiu-Jitsu at Gmail, American Jiu-Jitsu LI at gmail.com if you have any questions. And also AJJ Centers if you want to know about our virtual training. All our Zoom codes and information is on our website to be part of our virtual training, which is 6 days a week, and there's many, many classes, okay? So we post these videos 5 days a week, so hopefully you enjoy this one as well. Thank you for watching. All right, first one's gonna be a straight punch into haragatami to hizagatami. So as he throws the punch, he goes to the outside with a wrist hook block. From here, now right here, so he's gonna take that, so before did we do the knee to knee? Haragatami to hizagatami throw. That's where we're at.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so let's do that one more time. The haragatami with the leg in front. So from here, as he throws from here, comes around, and notice that when he puts that left leg in front of her, that's going to cause the leg to hyperextend. Now, people might not fall as eloquent as she did, but the knee is going to get strapped at the same time the arm is going to get strapped. So we're back on track. Let's look at that one more time. From here, he comes around. See, hold there. He has an arm bar right there with his belly, and you can see where his leg is right there. That's constricting her leg. Now, she's going to take the fall not to get a broken leg out of this, all right? But a person on the street probably would go straight down to their face. Let's look at that one more time. From here. So he comes from here, comes around, and boom, right there. Beautiful technique. Now we're going to do the one that Shion started to go into with the knee to knee. We're going to go knee to knee. Okay? So from here, as he throws the punch, for whatever reason, he sees that knee's available, bangs into the knee, breaks that knee down, hooks the heel. Notice how he has the hand wrapped, and from here he can choke. Now, this is a multi-level technique, and I'm not saying that you're going to be eligible to doing all these techniques in this one technique, but you might. This is trying to show you the possibilities and options that you have within a technique and all the things you can do. So his hands could be consumed Or he could be holding something, and as she comes at him with a punch from here, bang, he has something in his hand, or his arm is broken, and boom, he broke it down. Now you see he has the hand here, and this is just how we teach here. We're showing you opportunity. As he goes down from here, he has the hand, he has the leg, and now he has the head. So he has a technique here, here, and here. It's showing the possibilities. Don't always look at this like, well, how are you going to pull that off on the street? When he does that knee-to-knee takedown and that person falls and that person hits their face flat on the ground, that was the bullet that ended the scenario. Well, if he went down and all of a sudden the hand was there and he was like, oh, I could snap into that, then that was the bullet. Oh my God, the guy's starting to get up and he goes in for the choke. Oh, that's the bullet. At any given time, we can break their eyes, grab their groin, or bite their throat if I wanted to. But we're trying to show a technique called an ippon, which is a kind of a choreographed technique, you might say. It's a piece of a puzzle. It's a letter to a word. You have to learn letters before you learn words. You have to learn words before you make sentences. You have to learn sentences before you write paragraphs. You have to learn paragraphs before you write stories. And that's what we do at American Jiu-Jitsu. So let's look at that one more time. From here, notice, beautiful technique. He has it. He has his first part, breaks the leg down. From here, goes down to the ground, sees he has the arm, her head starts to lift up, and now he's got one. He can snap, crack, and pop right there, just like that. Beautiful technique. Thank you. This technique is definitely a little bit fancy, and we're not a fancy art. But again, it shows the possibilities of how you might react or where your footing might occur or things might happen. So again, you're watching it as more of a review. Students that have trained with me know more of the explanation than I have time to explain on this video. So if it's technique that you don't understand, go past it. Go to the next one. If it's technique you want to understand, email me at that americanjiujitsu@gmail.com or wait for the dojo to come open up and I'll explain to you exactly how this technique works. Right now, appreciate what you're watching, appreciate what you're seeing, and respect is what it's all about. So from here, as he throws the punch, he drills to the inside on this one. From here, boom. Let's go to the inside just to show them that. From here, rolls to the inside, boom, comes out to the front. Now go slow. He's going to bring his leg over the top, continue to turn his body. His right foot goes underneath her foot, brings her around, and he ends up in a perfect Jujigatami right there. Beautiful technique. Beautiful technique and keeping it safe for the uki. That's what it's all about. All right, we can do that one more time. We're going to let him lose the glasses because, see, they are husband and wife, so they are very respectful of each other. Rolls to the inside, strikes, comes to the outside, brings the leg over the top, turns with his momentum, hooks her leg, brings her over, and there's your technique. Beautiful technique, done and executed perfectly. Okay, again, a lot of technique in there. Sometimes people might say, whoa, too much technique for the street. Okay, everybody has an opinion. That's one thing I know for sure, okay? This technique was originated by me being in a combative situation and pulling this off. Then writing it out and saying, hey, that worked, okay? So now, this technique kind of goes to the flavor of grappling a little bit, where you learn to protect yourself from a knee strike, which a lot of you might be familiar with that. What we're taking it from is a punch. So as you go underneath and bring the leg over the top, just show the ability that you can block that knee. All right, so low punch, this is the one, the Yoko Kategatami. You're going to bring the hand over. But don't go into too quickly here. Now, as he comes over the top, if he was in a grab, look, he could stop that knee from coming and hitting him right here. But now as she pushes forward, he just takes that leg, brings it down, turns around, and can lock her up and lock that hand perfectly. All right, let's look at that one more time. I think I was in the way of that. Okay, let's look at that one more time. I'll bring the video here. So, from here, go ahead. Comes over the top, takes her down right there, and has an armbar right across the belly. When you see Kathy tapping, that's just another word for ouch. All right? Do you know the history of tapping? Do you know why people tap? I bet you some of you don't. Some of you don't know that because in traditional jiu-jitsu, when I trained with some of my Japanese masters, everybody spoke different languages, all right? The dojo was filled with different people. So a lot of times you couldn't hear, and if everybody was yelling ouch at the same time, then you thought everybody was in pain. So they came up with this phenomenal thing where you tap and that means stop, all right? So that's where the tapping comes from. We know a lot of history at American Jiu-Jitsu. It's just because I'm old and I've been doing it for a long time, all right? So now, let's look at another one that's similar to the one that we just did, but now instead of using the hand to take the person over, We're gonna distance back, we're gonna kick with that leg, and now we're gonna bring the leg to do the same thing the hand just did and bring the person over. We end up in a perfect Jujikatami with this one. So let's look at that technique from here. Boom, we distance back, blast that kick, comes over, hooks the leg, brings it around, and there's your technique. Perfect, perfect Jujikatami. Excellent. Those are the 5 techniques that we have at this level that we're demonstrating and finishing up the Yodan Ippons at 4th degree level. Again, mostly this is a review for students that are within our system. It might be some contents for people that are not part of American Jiu-Jitsu, but again, any questions you might have, americanjiu-jitsu@gmail.com, you're more than welcome to send me. And if you would like to come down to the dojo and try a class when we get all over with this pandemic, you're more than welcome to do that. Hopefully in July we'll be reopened. But right now, keep your brain busy, okay? Keep your brain positive, be optimistic. Know that, when, like when you plant something, it's very dark and it could seem very scary. But when you plant something and it seems very dark and very scary, that's how things grow. So it always starts out dark, but it grows into something that becomes beautiful. And that's what I believe is happening right now. All right, stay home, stay healthy, stay safe. Listen to the rules. We're rule followers here at American Jiu-Jitsu. And know that, the new future is very, very close. Stay home, healthy, and safe. American Jiu-Jitsu LI is a thing you have to remember. YouTube, Facebook, Gmail, AJJCenters.com. We'll give you all our virtual training. Again, thank you, Kathy and Billy, for coming down and assisting with this. And we will see you next time. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.